I only have about 50 slides, so I'll get through it quickly, I promise. Happy Hour After Growth 2020. Okay, as he said, I'm Chavis Camp. I'm the growth coordinator. I did not volunteer for this. I was voluntold. Dear God, help me. I said something to Gary, okay? I said something to Gary a few months ago about, hey, why don't we have a growth coordinator? Oh, we used to, blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay, well, I've seen this in other chapters. I subbed here, subbed there. What are we doing? He remembered that after 6 months and reminded me that we had that conversation and said, I gave you growth coordinator, enjoy. Okay, lovely, whatever. Okay, so why I'm here. This is why I'm here for BNI in general, but I needed to frame the concept of growth for this chapter. I personally am not here for direct referrals. I'd love them, but I do not expect them, okay? So, and I bring this up because everyone's here for different reasons, and as growth coordinator, you need to know why I'm here, okay? Maybe once a year, somebody will bring something in for me, but I don't expect it. Now, why the heck you are here is why I'm here as growth coordinator, okay? How many of you are here to grow your business? Okay, how many of you here get referrals? How many of you here are general networking? Okay, that's why I'm here, really, okay? I'm here for general networking, spread the word, all that stuff, maybe once in a while. Get one, be nice. I've gotten some. That wasn't, to those who've given me something, that wasn't a slight. Okay. So what we need to talk about is we need to talk about growth and how we're going to grow this chapter. Now, the leadership has talked to me about I got to have a one-to-one with Gary yesterday, which is always fun. Getting 40, the total of 40 by the end of this leadership term, so the end of September next year. I'm not a big fan of focusing on a specific number for this type of chapter. I'll tell you why in just a moment. That being said, we do need something that's measurable, actionable, and that we can actually get to. 40 is not a bad number as long as we do it smartly. So there's two kinds of growth in BNI, and there's going to be a homework assignment at the end of this, so go ahead and stay tuned. All right. First one is growth is the goal. Let's just grow. Let's just grow. Growth for the sake of growth. Bring in everyone we can. Get them to join. They leave. Our less tended to folks, like some of us business-to-business people, end up getting frustrated. Retention sucks. Everybody's frustrated. It's the devil. Okay? We don't want that. So what I'm going to say is that growth for the sake of retention is the goal. Where'd you go? There we go. Growth for long-term retention, okay? That means bringing in good fits, people you actually want to sit next to every week, not just, hey, we need a landscaper, let's bring in 3 landscapers. Would you actually want to sit next to this person every week? There's not a single person in this room, except for maybe you, because I don't know you yet, okay, that I can say that I wouldn't want to sit next to every single week, okay? I don't know you yet. I'll get to know you in a one-to-one very soon, and then I'll be able to say that about you. But I got to put up with you guys every week, and you got to put up with me, right? So let's bring in people that we know, like, trust, and would actually want to do business with ourselves, okay? Have a giver's heart and a giver's mindset, all that fun stuff, targeted to our membership groups, okay? And I say that because there are really 3 membership, categories, right? There's the health and wellness, there's the business to business, and then the one that gets the majority of the leads is trades. That's right. And make sure that all the classes are getting referrals. Retention will improve. Everyone's making money. It makes money, okay? All right, and it's not the devil. So I got a quick exercise. If you're in the trades, stand up for me, please. Trades. My trades. Stand up. Trades. I don't count you as trades.
Do you count me as trades?
Yeah, your trades. Yeah, no, you're not trades. Sit down. You're more personal services. Okay.
What color is that?
We're missing what? What color?
It's like green, red, and blue on your name tag. It's like 3 different colors.
I don't know.
One's green, one's red, one's blue.
On the name tag. Mine's blue.
Oh.
Yeah, if you're blue.
Oh, that's what you're saying.
If you're blue, you're in trades. If your name tag has blue.
Yeah, if your name tag's in blue, stand up. There you go. Okay. And we're missing several. We're missing some folks. Yeah, you're considered part of the trades and the personal services like that. Yeah, property. All right. How many? Okay, all right. Thank you. Look around the room. I think we'll see the majority of the folks are passing leads and receiving leads. Trades tend to get, if you're not part of a trade, or if you're in trades and you're not in B&I, you're stupid, because this is how you get a ton of referrals. Okay, thank you. Health and wellness. Health and wellness is the second biggest category in B&I. We're missing people today, okay? We're missing some people today. Yeah, okay. And last but not least, I guess the business to business, everything else group. Y'all can sit down, thank you. We actually have a decent number today, but these are the ones who tend to get, with the exception of the real estate attorney, okay, get the most neglect. And it's not neglect, it's just that we don't have that circle built out. Trades are real easy to get into the group. These are a little bit harder. So what I'm going to try to encourage everyone in here to do as we're going through the next year is when you're bringing in visitors, don't just bring in folks that are going to benefit you. Try to bring in some folks that will benefit all of the different categories. Now, a painter may not be able to benefit every single person in this room, but the painter might know somebody, right? It goes right back to giver's gain. This goes right back to giver's gain. Yes, y'all can sit down. Caitlin's looking at me. So thank you. Now, as a growth coordinator, here's what I will commit to do for you guys over the next year. If you guys are not particularly, what's the word I'm looking for, inclined to ask somebody, hey, do you want to come to B&I? Okay? But you know somebody who would be a good fit, and you're pretty sure that they would be a great candidate for B&I, and maybe you've mentioned it to them, but you haven't invited them to the meeting, I will make up to 5 calls a week inviting folks to a meeting if you give me their name, telephone number, and promise me that you have at least talked to them about B&I briefly, or at least they know you're in B&I and are expecting my call. This is not a cold call. Okay. I'll also make 1 follow-up call to each visitor unless they sign up. Unless, who's closing coordinator?
Becky and Alex.
Unless y'all manage to close them right off the bat, I'll make at least 1 phone call to each visitor that comes in after the fact. And I'm doing a lot of traveling, as you guys have seen recently. If I happen to be traveling on the 1st or the 3rd week, I promise I will send an in-person update, even if it's in the form of video or a report or something, so that you know what we're doing. Because unlike education, this is something where there's progress week to week, and we have to talk about it almost like a vice president's report. But what I need from you to accomplish all of this is I need you to go listen. Here's the homework. Go listen to podcast 593. I think it's 593. I won't swear by it. If the title of 593 is not Growth is Not the Goal, that's not the right one. Go find Growth is Not the Goal. I'm 99% sure it's 593. I tasked our dear El Presidente with it last night, and we'll see if he actually does it. I'm talking to you, Gary. I'm going to send you this video. Find people, again, that you would want to sit next to, because that's the only kind of people that we really want. Because if you bring somebody in and they're not, and we end up, the membership committee lets them through and they're not a good fit, all it's going to do is bring the rest of us down. And think about, especially those of you in the business to business and basically all the other categories, who's going to be a good source of referrals for you? And not just the category, but preferably a person. So, for example, I could use a copier guy. I haven't found one I liked yet. I kind of liked Billy, and I miss him. Okay, I kind of wish he had been a fit and stuck around. Okay. But I could use a good copier person in the group because we can pass referrals back and forth. So I got to find one that I actually know, like, and trust and bring him in. Instead of just bringing a category, the bounty bags are gone. There will be no more bounty bags, no more bags passing around, and $50 gift card if you bring this person in. If you want somebody, find someone and bring them before the group, preferably 2 people or 3, so that we can make a good choice. Next up, the names and numbers. I'll need those, obviously. Oh, and for the 5 people I'm going to call, don't send them to me at Wednesday night, 6 p.m. and expect them called by the meeting the next day. It's not going to happen. Okay? It's not going to happen. Thursdays are my busy day. And pretend it's a referral. Okay? If you're sending me a name, it's not a referral, but pretend it's a referral. Treat it like a tier 3 referral, which means you are telling them that you're going to expect a call from me, maybe even setting up a quick call, or at least explain to them a little bit about B&I, so I'm not making a complete and total cold call, okay? Because I will get really grumpy about that. Any questions about what I'm asking of y'all and what we all need to do to grow this chapter over the next year? Anything else? All right. I promise my next one won't be that long.
Great job, Chase. All right. Now we are going to welcome a new member. We're not going to actually do the introduction today, but I did want to recognize Michelle. Look forward to getting that.
We've already scooped her up on the power team also.
Great job.